Kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. Check, we Ric Flairing on them niggas. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, son up, baby.
Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the SWAC, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and you're watching Off Script. All right, listen. Happy Monday, happy Martin Luther King Day to all, and to all, happy Martin Luther King Day. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my man Kofi in early. All right, so he can stay and y'all can be entertained by him while I do my my announcements. All right, so Mr. Hemingway, how are we doing this afternoon?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm doing. See, there you go. Just the way you asked the question, I know you on that BS. Just the way you asked the question, I know you on that BS.
I just wanted to know how my brother was doing.
I'm doing fine. I'm here. It's a Monday, Martin Luther King Day. I'm here. I'm
Praise good. Jehovah. I'm glad that you're doing good.
Oh, let me get to these announcements. Hey, listen, All Script membership. Go get your membership. All right, stop playing with it. Podcast. I haven't updated it, so don't waste your time yet. But go ahead and leave a review. Wednesday, Dominique Rogers-Cromartie will be in the building. Okay, I got the wrong date on there. It's definitely not January 11th. It's Wednesday. Let me fix that real quick. Boom, Wednesday. Okay, Dominique Rogers-Cromartie will be here for an interview. So make sure you tune in. That's going to be live and in effect. Okay, and bandwagon signing day is around the corner. Monday. All right, I got a lot of packages coming through. People really trying to make a last minute push. All right, you know how black people are, do stuff at the last minute. All right, so even though you had like 2 whole months to get me on your bandwagon. All right, so bandwagon signing day, January 24th, it will be locked in effect. All right, first up, you know I can only start with one place. I only can go with one place. 49ers, Dallas. Who is to blame? You can go first. You can go first, Kobe. I don't want to take up the whole show.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Okay. I'm fine. I'm really
okay.
good.
All right. For me, I didn't like the call. I could go Dak because Dak could have gotten down earlier and given his opportunity. But I mean, you want to try to get as far as you can. And he did that. If I were a Dallas fan, or if this was my team, I would just be going ballistics over the freaking refs. It took them so long to freaking set the ball. It would have driven me nuts. I saw like so many Dallas fans. I mean, they was just going crazy, bro. People breaking TVs, punching each other. It's like, they not even 49er fans, and they busting each other in the face. Like, what is wrong with these people? I mean, they were just going plumb ham. But it shouldn't have come down to that last play. I mean, obviously the 49ers presented a number of different obstacles. I kind of would, as you think about it, you kind of look at Dan Quinn like, somewhat as well with the defensive game plan, because they just marched right down the field on the opening drive. And it didn't seem like Dallas had a remedy for a long time, until, just Garoppolo just kind of made a bonehead play and kind of let Dallas back into the game. But, the 49ers pretty much were in control from beginning to end. So, it is what it is at this point.
I completely blame the offensive staff and the offensive-minded coaches on the staff. So I'm blaming Mike McCarthy needs to get fired. So does Kellen Moore. Both of them Bamas need to be fired, because at the end, and listen, this is not even the last play of the game. Honestly, for me, I did not mind the play call, and we got the footage. I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna show you why I actually like the play call. But the thing with me is this. My issue is, and it's always been my issue with Kellen Moore, is the fact of you don't have, first of all, you never have a countermeasure to somebody's counter. And then at the same time, They were playing a soft coverage all game long, and never, nunca did you ever decide to just throw quick game. Like, you never went to that. And that's the one thing I've had about the one issue I've had with the Cowboys is that, and as long as Kellen Moore has been there, that they don't have a quick game. They don't have double slants, double shorts, like the stuff you see Tom Brady run all the time, which is 3-4 routes, and they just turn around and catch the ball. I think a lot of that would have helped, and you got to learn how to get your playmakers involved. You got. I
mean, they were scoring 51 points, just well over 30 multiple times. Now, the 49ers can play pretty good defense. So I still, like you, there's a lot of blame to go around with this whole thing, because I was shocked that they were just held to just minimal offensive output the way that they were throughout that first half, really for 3 freaking quarters. It was just, what in the world is like going on? There were no major adjustments with all of the speed, all of the receivers, all of the tools, coaching, because for me, one of the things, especially come playoff times, turnovers are a big deal, but penalties are also a major deal with this as well. And to see them kind of like go out the way they did at home was just disheartening.
That's the worst. To me, that's the worst part, is that you lost this game at home like the way you did. And I've seen, and me being a Cowboys fan, I've seen this game on numerous occasions. I saw this game against the Kansas City Chiefs where we couldn't score. I mean, the defense came to play out their freaking mind, and I think we held Pat Mahomes to like 17 points, like 10 or 17 points, something like that, something crazy like that. And we only could muster up, I think, 7 or 10. And we think we lost that game 17-10, something crazy like that. So I've seen where the offense goes on lulls and you beat the team you're supposed to beat. Like, you drop 50 on the Eagles, okay, whoop-de-doo. But when you come you're in the playoffs at home and you put up 17 points on a team that secondary was god awful. I mean, that secondary is god awful, and everybody knew it. We knew the front 7 was legit, but the back end was god awful. So it was just bad play calling. It was bad. But I want to get into this last play real quick, because, like I said, I didn't have a problem with it, because the thing for me is
To the end zone.
the thing for me on this last play, right, is that the key is you got to get to the ball to the middle. So why not, instead of Dak having to drop back and read the defense or try to, do whatever, quick pass or whatever, the guy catch the ball, the quarterback draw, bam, hit it, you're there. Now, he could have threw it to one of these guys, Dalton Schultz or whatever, but you would have been in the same predicament of them getting down. See, he needed to stop. That's when he needed to slide. He needed to slide at the 30, get your ass down, hand the ball to the ref, and then we wouldn't have this. But the boy kept running. Like, bro, you had to stop. You had to slide right here at the 30, get down, leave time to spike this ball. When he kept running, I was like, yeah, you messed up right here. The ref and all that stuff, what whoop-de-doo. But to me, if you slide earlier, you leave yourself the room to have that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, you leave your room to have that mistake, and that's my issue. That was my issue. Because even if you leave it right here, right? You got 10 seconds, you get down, you bump them, whatever, it probably leaves you with 3 seconds. You still spike the ball, have a shot at the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest. I didn't have a problem with the play. I just had a problem with Dak. He ran too far. Simple. He ran too far.
It's just so much, because when your game comes down to that final play like that, there's so many other little things that as you go back and you watch the game, that Dallas could have done, should have done differently. It's just, yeah.
It is what it is. But if I'm a Cowboys fan right now, I need Mike McCarthy fired, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I need Mike McCarthy fired. Now we'll talk about this game real quick. I called this butt whooping. Now I didn't call it. I didn't call it like the score says, but because you was on Spaces, I said 34-17. You, BJ, was trying to clown me, talking about, I don't know, Scotty. I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't know. I said, I just feel like
look, I've never seen Belichick get kicked to sleep like that. So,
mule kicked.
I mean, they got kicked in the teeth. And, and Josh Allen played out of his mind.
Ooh.
I mean, the whole team just came out with so much intensity, so much fire. The crowd got behind them, that momentum. And really, after Mac Jones threw that interception and they scored that touchdown and went 14-zip, it was a wrap. The blowout was definitely on.
Yeah.
At that point, because now New England has to score. They did it on the third drive, and here comes Buffalo again. So, they just, Buffalo is the better team, hands down. They should have,
They said this is the only game in NFL history that the team never punted, never kicked a field goal, and didn't have a turnover. Like, never punted, never did a field goal, never had a turnover in NFL history. That's crazy. Crazy.
They were clearly the better team, I
was trying to tell you.
And if the Bills continue to play like that, they'll go to the Super Bowl.
Easy. Facts. So I just want to be very clear that I did call this butt whooping. That's the real reason I brought this banner up, because I needed Bama to give me my respect, because in that spaces there was like, BJ was like, I'm taking the under, Scotty. I don't care what the score is. I'm taking the under. I'm like, no,
we were just having healthy conversation. Everybody, got to get you to, think, see if you're going to stick with your pick, and I think, people, you have to respect Bill Belichick. I don't care if you say, okay, well, Belichick and them finna get beat 51-zip. I'm like, bruh, come on now.
I wouldn't have gone that far, but I just knew Mac Jones. Listen, Mac Jones is not Tom Brady, and the Buffalo Bills are a team. Oh, man, they just got too many weapons. And that white boy cold, man. That white boy cold. Like, when you go to a basketball game and you see white boys at the basketball court, you be like, oh, that boy can shoot. Yeah, I'm saying, like, that's what Josh Allen is as a quarterback.
Josh Allen is a straight up beast. I saw it the first time. Even when he sucked, I was like, bruh, if he gets his stuff together, oh my God, like, he is just going to be just really tough. He can run. He's big. I mean, he's more than, like, I would compare him kind of sort of to a Ben Roethlisberger, but he's way more athletic than Ben Roethlisberger is.
Facts.
His arm is bigger than Roethlisberger.
That arm is live.
I'm like, bruh, and just, he's got that swag, just kind of like, he's confident and not doing anything. And I think that he played probably the best defense he's probably going to see in the AFC. Cincinnati won't scheme something up like Belichick. Now, Tennessee might, but
yeah, Vrabel. Yeah, he's pretty good.
But other than that, that's it. And this team is hungry after what happened to them in the AFC Championship versus Kansas City last year. So there you go.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into some SWAC news. Rumor mill. End of the Big South. All right. Kofi, you are a aficionado outside of the SWAC. Talk to me about this. I've heard a couple rumors of this as well. So what do you have to say about this ending of the Big South? Because what I've
da 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 Dirty South.
What is wrong with you? God dang! Oh, you're trying to have a professional.
All right.
Oh my goodness!
I'm looking at Hampton and A&T like, y'all should have stayed y'all stupid A's in the darn MEAC with this foolishness and stuff like that. They just now are getting started. So, man,
these are current teams in
this is ridiculous because, I don't know what they're gonna do. Obviously, they're gonna have to merge with somebody else, whether that be the Atlantic, Sun, or the Southern Conference, which is a possibility as well. But this definitely, because Hampton is leaving as well. That's a mess. So it's kind of like A&T had their one HBCU in that conference that they were banking on having that rivalry with to fill up their, halfway fill up their stadium, going for their football season. And then for basketball, they kind of had, now they don't have nobody there, bro. It's kind of like, wow. So the rumor mill is that the MEAC commissioner is definitely stepping up her level of aggression to, put out feelers for A&T to come back to the MEAC. And rumor, R-U-M-O-R, meaning that there's no verification behind this, but the rumor on the street, or the street committee, is saying the street committee is saying that they are reaching out also to Tennessee State, who, also is seeing their conference being dismantled from the inside out, which I think would be interesting. I think if A&T and Tennessee State manage to partner and come back to the MEAC, I think that would be actually kind of dope.
Man, I think that would kind of dope. That would be live.
Knowing Tennessee State, what'd you say?
I said that would definitely be live. You need to get some headphones, guys. Darn, boy.
I had them, and then y'all said I sounded like a robot and everything.
Right? Why don't you get the little Apple? You got an Android or Apple?
I got an Apple.
Man, it give you free headphones, the white ones that link to your ear.
I sure and stole my darn headphones, bro.
Oh my goodness, man.
They stole them, but I can hear you fine. You got a big mouth. Anyway, you just talking while I was talking. That's why I couldn't hear you, not because of the headphones. But seriously, I mean, South Carolina State, Tennessee State, North Carolina A&T, North Carolina Central would be a whale of a conference in both football and basketball, including Norfolk State. I think then the MEAC becomes major, even the more difficult. But for me, it just totally makes sense for Tennessee State to just move to the SWAC and be done. All
right, so what I've been hearing is MEAC. Okay, so first of all, no, if I'm North Carolina A&T, listen. If I'm North Carolina A&T, I'm off the subscription of the white man's ISIS coder. I'm off of that. I'm really off of that, because why? Nobody wants to be in mediocrity. Right? No fan base likes to get their butt whooping, be in mediocrity. Going 3 and 4, 5 and 6, whatever you want to call yourselves or whatever. That's mediocrity for a North Carolina A&T fan. If we're being real, they've been winning for the past 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Have had a good record. So I would straight go back to them like what's that group? Temptations, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I'll go right back to them Bamas. I'll be like, I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Hey, if I have to beg, please for your sympathy.
I know.
Cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg. Please don't leave me, girl. Don't you go.
Come on now, boy. You got to move, boy.
Why be temptation down, boy, if I was a MEAC? Because if I'm North Carolina A&T, because the simple fact is like, let me go back. Let me make my money. Let me keep going to the Celebration Bowl and keep getting this paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too easy. Like, I'm gonna just keep getting this paper.
If the commissioner plays her cards right and is able to land Tennessee State and A&T, and possibly, Hampton's not coming because their president don't want to be a part of that. So, but if they can find somebody else that may be interested in joining, like a Towson State or one of them, then they could break off into those divisions and have a championship game and possibly increase the revenue. So ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
But yeah, man, it's That's something else right there, bro. I'm interested to see because now A&T is looking like now y'all done had us to come in here. And here's the thing. Before, when A&T left and then FAMU and Cookman left, Norfolk State and North Carolina Central were on their way out. And they had put in their applications to the Big South. They were on their way out. And then the Big South presidents were like, no, we're letting too many of y'all in here, you know, blah, blah, blah. So they slowed it down, but now they're looking like, dang, we should have just let them on in here and we wouldn't even been missing a beat. But now after the year and that $1 million paycheck that South Carolina State got, MEAC's kind of like,
we good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good.
If I'm A&T like you, I think their best place is in terms of building revenue, monetary possibilities, even playoff possibilities, if that's what they want to do, would be best served in the MEAC.
Somebody said, who told you that lie about Central?
I ain't saying putting it out. They were putting out feelers for their conference, and that's a fact.
Oh, somebody, a Gremlin, I forgot to say, a Gremlin fan told me to tell you, let me blow myself up. He said, you know what that G stand for? Gonna get your ass beat when y'all come to the hole. That's what he said. He said, it don't stand for no great. He said, it stand for gonna get your ass beat when you come to the hole. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Did you say go get some Frosted Flakes? Did you say go get some Rice Krispies? Some cinnamon rolls?
They go get your ass beat. So I know you want, because he told me he was gonna watch tonight. He said, Scotty, tell Kofi that. I said, I surely will. So he know I'm not a liar. All right, so
that's cool.
But yeah, so what else? Yeah, so I heard MEAC was looking at Virginia State. You know what I'm saying? Bringing them up to the MEAC as well.
Well, they have a progressive president, and it's really a decision about whatever the schools in particular want to do. You know, the president and the AD and the constituents of the university have to make a commitment because quiet as it's kept, because people continue to forget this, that FCS is a Division I football conference. It's Division I.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know your whole commitment level to the number of sports that you have, all of that stuff has to go to the next level. Your facilities have to go to the next level, and you got to be able to sustain it. You know, because again, you know, I've seen it with Savannah State, seen it with Winston-Salem State. And these other schools that look to move up, and then they are unable to sustain it long term, and then they're fighting for their footing. They're fighting for their footing again. But I do believe that Virginia State would be a great addition to the MEAC.
That is what's up. All right, let's get to this next topic. Hampton to the Colonial. CAA. What do you say to that? Another one. They said we bought this paper.
Just a bunch of, there ain't no paper in the darn Colonial. Come on, man.
I know
no paper in the darn. What paper they got?
How
is that better? How is that better than what they would have been able to make in the MEAC? I don't get it. Not even. I will be interested to know because I don't have all the facts regarding this, but ain't no paper in the darn Colonial.
All right, let me go. Let me see. So y'all can see these teams. Let me see. So y'all can see these things. You got James Madison, Villanova, Elon, Rhode Island, Maine, Richmond, William and Mary, Stony Brook, Delaware, and New Hampshire. First of all, these some long trips. All right, like going up to Maine, like that ain't Rhode Island, like that ain't cheap, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get the William and Mary, Delaware, Townsend type of situation, but Albany, Maine, Rhode Island, they ain't no hop, skipping, no jumps.
Bruh, just even come. I just don't get it, bro. Just the travel cost is going to increase. The schools are, William and Mary has an incredible program, and Mike London is the coach there, and they just went 4-4. Okay, they're not going to be 4-4 for long. Richmond actually won the FCS title under Mike London years ago. They're going to be pretty decent. Then you got Elon, you got bruh. fans, first of all, Hampton doesn't have like fans that just are just gung-ho about coming to football games anyway. let alone paying to watch their team get mollywopped year in and year out. They are at least 3 to 4 years away from competing in that conference. The best thing for Hampton is going to be when Harvey freaking retires. You know, he is the mastermind behind whatever Hampton does. And, you know, he's done a number of amazing things at Hampton, but athletically, bro, like they don't make a commitment to their coaches to pay them worth anything. They lowball them. There's no major commitment. Now, their endowment is amazing, but their commitment to athletics is not. And that's really what the issue is. I mean, if you're going to go to the CAA and step up, I personally would be shocked. I don't see it. I don't see it structurally. They haven't done it before. Why are they going to do it now?
Facts. Now, my question is this, though, and you know, I know a lot of people are probably going to answer in the comments or whatever, but what is Hampton's goal? Is it just to be a part of a white conference? Because football wise, I mean, they're not the best. So what is their overall mission and goal to continue to move conferences and get away from HBCU black conferences?
It's just dumb. It's dumb. You are an HBCU. Okay. Now, if you look at Tennessee State, now at least Tennessee State at one time was drawing 36,000, 26,000 at home. Okay, because they used to play at Vanderbilt Stadium. They would draw well over 20,000 consistently. They had probably one of the best traveling bases in all of HBCU football. Hampton has never had a major traveling base. Their stadium only seats like 10,000, I think.
Wow.
You know, it's not like a major stadium. So their goal now, basketball, they've been there, you know, and I can see them competing in basketball, but you know, they could study the proof is in the pudding that they could give more than a rat's A about being successful athletically. They are academic institution. They love what they do. Their endowment is going to remain the same. And they're going to be all right. You know, just because their commitment level, there's no pressure. Like if I'm an up and coming head coach, you know, going and coaching at Hampton is not a big deal. They're not gonna lose their minds for at least about 3 or 4 years. You got about 3 or 4 years. They're not gonna be throwing stuff at your car, wishing you death threats, you know, talking about how sorry and, you know, garbage you are. They're not gonna do that.
I mean, listen, there's some comfort in that. There is some comfort in that.
There's stability. You know, you have time to build your career at Hampton. But bruh, I'm just like, wow.
You know, it teaches on. You gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? Gotta take the good with the bad. All right. I can't believe the boys don't care nothing about no sports, but they say, hey, we good. We Gucci over here.
They don't care, bro. They don't care.
Rocket Mortgage Hornets are on a roll. This guy. Something wrong with you, bro. I'm gonna stand on that. Something is so wrong.
Look. He's a salesperson. So
let me
and his staff have I guess a new league, but there's 800 people still in the portal.
Probably more than that. While you playing?
So for me, I'm kind of like, they have the facilities, they have the fan base. I'm seeing everything but a quarter. Did they sign a QB?
Yeah, they just got a new dude right here. Yeah, right here.
From where? Where is that?
Commits from a high school, Fairborn, Georgia, committed to 22. And then they flipped Ray Curry from Alabama A&M. So yeah, so they got this is a high school guy, got a JUCO transfer, Kale Jackson, What's his DB? Yeah, DB. Got an athlete, guy from Texas, and then you got the flipped offensive lineman, and then you have the quarterback. But I mean, when you have a young team like they do, and with Nettles and Joe Owens and Crawley, I think you need to get an established quarterback. That's my biggest thing. I think you really
again, these kids that are in the portal, they are hungry to try to get somewhere else, and there's still time for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to count them out of the game yet, but for me to really take them serious, like I've stated, their line play is some of the best in the SWAC.
Facts.
All right. So if they get a signal caller that is a difference maker, I would say watch out, which takes me back to my original thing, as in, we were talking about coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to, if somebody from Alabama State's administration would come on, what was their thought process in hiring Eddie Robinson over Hugh Jackson?
Man, that would have been.
Woo. I mean, over Hugh Jackson. If Hugh Jackson had been at Alabama State,
man,
game and doing what he's doing at Grambling, and it would have been a whole lot easier sell just because Bama State fans actually, I ain't gonna talk bad about Grambling people. All right, so Bama State Stadium, their facilities are far and away better than what Grambling has right now. Now I know that Grambling is going through some renovational things, and they're gonna get his boys some omelets and grits and eggs and stuff for breakfast. But that's not a problem at Alabama State. And I just want to know what their thinking was behind it. That being said, Eddie Robinson is starting to, I think, get his footing. They still need a QB. If they get a QB, I would say the SWAC East is already tough, but the SWAC East is going to be much, much, much tougher to win.
If you ask me right now to rank them, they would probably be last.
Behind Cookman?
Oh, Bethune's in there too? Then they'd be second to last. They'll be second to last. They'll be second to last. I would go JSU, A&M. JSU. Yeah, JSU, A&M, fam. Is Valley East?
Yes.
Then Valley, Bethune. No, Valley, Alabama State, then Bethune. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. Because the only thing is a lot of those teams from Jackson State, like from Alabama A&M down, is all new quarterbacks. Nobody you've seen on the actual game film or game footage that you can say like, hey, he's played in the SWAC, he's going to be successful at that team. So even with Jaron Williams going to A&M, even with Valley getting Jamari Jones, even with Bethune-Cookman getting Jalen Jones, none of them guys, and I don't care, you can say Jalen Jones, none of those guys played last year. None of those guys know the weapons they have on their team. So so they're all in the same bucket when it comes to quarterback. Now I look at the talent around, and, Alabama State to me is not out-talenting a Valley. You know what I'm saying? I think they have a culture and a chemistry down there that's better than Alabama State. You damn sure not out-talenting Alabama A&M. You damn sure not out-talenting FAMU. And you damn sure not out-talenting Jackson State. So literally the only team you done out-talented is Bethune. Like, that's it. That's the only team I can say, you know what? You got more talent than them at this point. So that's why they second to last to me.
The thing, though, is, again, just going back to that line play. If they find a freaking way to get a QB, because, again, with the right offensive scheme and the right QB, that team is well dangerous. And they're going to be interested if they find a QB. But like you, they haven't leapfrogged anybody in the East yet. So.
Absolutely. Nobody. Not nobody. All right, next up. Jordan Lewis returns to Southern. All right. Big addition. They get to keep him. Eric Dooley says, I'm back. Now, if I'm being honest, it all depends on how they use him. All right. If they use him the same way they've been using him, I really don't care. Like, if I'm being a humbug with you, I really don't think that's impactful. I think they need to get him away from just playing a down lineman position. He needs to play like Michael Parsons to me. Right. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you need to have this guy all over the field. DN, middle linebacker, weak side linebacker, strong. I don't give a damn where you put him. Just put him everywhere, because he's too athletic to just have him as a DN. If you got him like this Bama blitzing up the middle in the A-gap blitz, listen, the only person outrunning him is Jalen Jones. That's it. That's the only person that's probably going to outrun this kid. He's that fast. He's that athletic. If they just keep him as a down lineman, I think it'll be the worst. It'll be the worst thing that could happen to him, to see, like, to try to make him go next level, because he's not a DN. Next level, he is not a DN. Next level, he's a linebacker. Next level, he's a strong safety. So they need to start putting him in positions like that. So if they do that, I think it'll be really, really good for him. If they don't, I feel bad for the kid, but he's back to Southern.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with your statement there. And I think that, obviously Dooley and those had to, I want to say Dooley and them actually should have probably had that conversation with him in terms of how they were looking to use him in order to persuade him to come back to Southern University. But kudos to Southern University. I think that's great for them. Quietly, they're assembling a nice little squad. But again, gotta have a QB. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see how everything is going to look going forward. So go Jags.
Let's get it. Next up, Grambling men and women's basketball pulls up the big upset. They sweep both Grambling men and Grambling women. They both sweep Southern's basketball team. Now, I want to talk about this, right? Because once again, that same Grambling guy, alum, called me, said his daughter was at the game. He said the daughter said it was the best atmosphere she had ever been to, because what happened is that the professors mandated that the kids go to the game, and they had to prove that they went to the game. So I guess they got like extra credit or got like, some type of reward for going to the game, which made the environment, she said, really hostile. And he told me, he reached out to me. He wanted to talk to me and tell me that, because he said, that's what he said. Now I see what you've been talking about, Scotty, when you said fan engagement and fan interaction in the sports. He said she was talking to me and she lost her voice. I said, that's what it's all about. You make your environment hostile. And the girl says she thinks that's the reason they won the game, because.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, especially basketball. Like, if you can't affect.
Absolutely.
If you can make that small environment loud and ruckus and all that, it makes a big factor, especially in basketball. So I was glad to hear that. I was glad that they had that experience, and I hope that Grambling keeps this going forward.
Absolutely, man. I think that's good for Grambling. I think it'll be great for the culture. They need this shot in the arm. I want to see it translate into football season. I think that would be great, because revenue for your school, basketball presents HBCUs with an opportunity to get a greater return on their investment. Okay, probably even more so than football. Mm-hmm. So if the fans actually buy into their basketball teams, it's going to send their athletic departments to a whole different level of stability. And it's going to open up so many more opportunities to recruit, so many opportunities to, I want to say, get sponsors, just grow the whole thing, grow the entire brand. It's time for HBCUs to really begin to see the opportunity that is presented before them in basketball, because I believe that we're probably closer to seeing an HBCU really compete for a natty and basketball and baseball than probably football. And I think it's easier to probably do. And I think it'd be great. A&T's already done it in track, but I want to see us make that transition in a revenue producing sport, because the eyes of the eyes of the country watch college basketball.
Yeah.
Hands down. They watch college basketball.
Hey,
they would embrace college basketball.
Make sure you like the stream, okay? Stop being, listen, there's a lot of people in here. Make sure you like the stream. And this is my thing, right? Why is it, Why does professors have to go tell you, listen, this is your rival? Why do professors have to give you a mandate or extra credit to go support against a rival? Make that make sense to me.
But again, Grambling has been complacent as a fan base for years. And so something has to be done to shift the entire culture. Yeah, they have a ton of tradition. Yeah, they got a lot of trophies, a lot of SWAC championships, but you never know it by their freaking attendance other than the Bayou Classic and other classic games. And a home environment is the way that you build revenue for your athletic department so your people don't have to eat Rice Krispie treats for breakfast.
Man, I hope you don't show it. Like you think I'm public enemy down in Jackson, boy. You better not show up.
Man, I ain't got nothing but love for Grambling.
Yeah,
I know they got Rice Krispies for
they not feeling.
So,
they not feeling that. They ain't gonna hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what was all that great you was talking? I be watching Scotty show. What's all that great you was talking? Yeah, they gonna catch you slipping.
I love the people at Grambling, as long as they don't shoot me on the camera.
Hey, next up. Hey, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Who can be, listen? This since they started conference play, ain't nobody messing with these girls. Prairie View beat by 25. Jackson, Alabama State beat by 21. Alabama A&M beat the sleep 27. Alcorn State beat the sleep. What's that, 26? And they just mollywopped. Man, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Now, listen. This is what dominance looks like, Jackson State fans, okay? Not barely beating teams and calling yourself great, all right? This is what dominant. You want to be great, you say you're the best on the block. That's how you beat Bamas, all right? So let me explain to you what dominance looks like in just barely winning, all right? Old and busted, new hotness, okay? Old and busted, this the new hotness. Them JSU girls bad.
They're legit, bro, and they are a legitimate threat. I want to say to at least win a round or two in the NCAA tournament. And I think that would be great for HBCU basketball. I think that this is definitely they're the most stable basketball team in the conference, but they've been building towards this for some time. This is not their first year of actually doing great. They got to maintain it through the tournament because Lord knows strange things happen in the tournament. I don't know why, but strange things happen. So they just have to continue to do it. I don't think anybody can just straight up beat them roster wise in the conference. So they would have to take a mental break off in a game and have a horrible shooting night in an unfamiliar environment in order for a team to remotely have a chance.
Let me say this, and this is where I think where I noticed about them going to when they played Baylor in the first round. The biggest thing that I saw was foot speed. That was like the Baylor girls were just faster than Jackson State. But as I've watched them against, because I knew they were going to run through the SWAC. I ain't really care about that. When I watched them play against Power 5 competition, the foot speed was there. That to me is where I'm like, okay, these girls can really get up and down the floor. I already knew Deja was fast. I knew what Amisha was, but the pieces that they built around them also have the same foot speed. Now, basketball is a make or miss. Listen, if you're on, you're on. If you're not, you're not. But I think for them, I just think the foot speed is important because the one thing about women's basketball, you can get one girl to dominate, but 9 times out of 10, it's usually a very team-oriented game. You might have a Maya Moore, a Diana Taurasi that makes big plays when needed. You always then go get you a bucket. But 9 times out of 10, women's basketball is more team-oriented than just one woman dominating the ball and doing everything like in a men's game could possibly happen. But those girls are serious. Those girls are serious. Not the size in the Baylor game didn't really Nah, them girls were just outrunning them girls. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Them girls were just too fat. Like, I mean, that girl, one of the girls in Baylor, she had this long, she had this long ponytail. She had these, that girl was fast. I was like, damn, that girl got some foot speed. Like, you couldn't keep up with her, and most girls couldn't. So we'll see, man. And it's gonna get good. It's gonna be interesting. And wanted to bring this up, threw this in at the end. All right. Howard, Notre Dame. Howard hosted this game. All right. Notre Dame came down to Howard. Absolutely thriller. Played them to the end. Listen, this is dope. This is great. If you can get more of this. Oh, okay. If you get more of this, that, you know, Power 5 conferences are not right to come down to, you know, group of fives and not group of five, but just in D1 level basketball. And
this the wife. Hold on a minute. Hello.
Hey, I'm gonna mute you. I don't want y'all in this business. I don't want y'all in this business. Yeah, that light-skinned girl from Baylor. Yeah, she looked like she about 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, she was a whole killer out there. All right, go ahead.
I'm good.
All right, yeah, I just unmuted you, so I ain't want nobody in your conversation. That's all. I didn't want you to get chewed out on, on national television.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. That's good brotherhood right there, boy.
Listen, man. I've been married twice, bro. I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, we good, man. I think that's good for HBCU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And Howard has a strong basketball tradition. They could be like a Duke of HBCU basketball for real. Back in the day in the MEAC, it was always Howard and A&T battling it out with A&T dragging them at the end. But I want to see our basketball teams really go to the next level, man. This is time. It's past time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to do it. Hey, last question. And the call lines are open. So once you hit a white lady, call lines is open. Let me go ahead and buck these old.
You are the only participant in the conference.
All right, call lines are open. Last question. All right. For MLK Day, Kof, if you had a dream, what would your dream be for the SWAC and the MEAC? Pop it off.
I have a dream that one day Tennessee State would wake up and join the SWAC. I have a dream today that one day Jackson State fans would I'm sorry. All right, seriously, man. All right. So I have a dream, seriously, that our HBCUs and all their constituents would get their houses in order and make a firm commitment to be the absolute best, not among HBCUs, but just in the entire country. The time is now. The time is right. The field is leveling. And if we don't take the initiative to level it, it won't be level. The momentum is there for us to actually compete in multiple sports. And so I want to see us do it. And again, let me go back to this whole Tennessee State thing, because I just think it's just ludicrous. Regardless of whatever lose, I just think it's dumb for them to sit in a conference and not make any money. It's just dumb. D-U-M-M. Dumb.
All right.
Yeah, but seriously, man, I really think that it is time for HBCUs. I have a dream that literally, like, HBCUs are going to maximize every revenue stream. I said screen. Every revenue stream in order to take their programs to the next level.
All right. So first of all, my dream, I have a dream.
Yes.
that all fans, not some fans, but all fans will participate in games. Okay. I have a dream that all SWAC. I don't know. Okay, I didn't plan that out. But anyway, I really want fan participation to be better. All right, like legit, be better, do better, and get better. I want the I have a dream that SWAC teams will play more competition in the FCS instead of them D2 schools. I have a dream. All right. Next up, I have a dream that schools would not be so boring to watch. Oh my God. I've been watching their film. All these Bamas do is run the ball. Like, it's so annoying. God, they're so boring. Y'all need to do better. For real. You're boring. Now, the Norfolk State game and the North Carolina Central game, that was really good. I couldn't even fake that was a really good game. But just because it came down to the wire and went into overtime. But a lot of these games, they just be running the ball. It's so boring. God damn, it's so boring. So, and I have a dream that the MEAC will add more teams to kind of be to be more of a well-rounded conference. So those are my two dreams. All right, let me get to these call lines. Like the straight. How many likes you got, babe? All right, we got 107 likes. All right, get the likes up. Give me the 150. All right, get the likes up to 150.
You know, it's a playoff game, so Negroes watching the darn playoff. But
well, there's 200 people in here, so 200 people in here.
We shall overcome.
We shall. Yes, we shall.
We shall overcome.
You can't answer the phone lines. If I'm gonna say you can't answer the phone lines, you over there doing Negro hymns. All right. Hey, calling you loud. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think it's a three-part hope for like MEAC. One, I think that
you got to introduce yourself, right? You can't just bust on the phone like we know who you are.
Oh, bad, don't. Corey Master.
All right, there you go.
Okay, I think that like MEAC, I graduated from A&T. I think they first gonna have to make some changes at the conference office to become more progressive, because there was probably a big demise of why FAMU and Bethune-Cookman and A&T left, and Hampton also. And I think A&T is actually in the driver's seat from the standpoint. Oh, I think that if they were to get somebody, say like Jerry Rice or Ray Lewis or somebody like that, because they got 14,000 students. And I do think we need to have an HBCU to be successful in the like a white conference, as you call it. But they also, by them playing in the Big South, you know, they can schedule A&T or Jackson State, and it'll weigh heavy on their strength of schedule. That's all I got to say.
All right, Corey. Appreciate the call, man. I have to disagree with him. Like, you scheduling a Jackson State or North Carolina A&T outside your or whoever in the MEAC or whatever is not going to help your strength of schedule because their strength of schedule is trash. So if their strength, like, that's not how strength of schedule works. If their strength of schedule is bad, that doesn't help you by scheduling them because it just adds to the badness. All right. So you have to go out and schedule somebody that has a good strength of schedule that helps your strength of schedule. So when you do schedule a Jackson State or a HBCU team in the MEAC or SWAC, that team that has the good strength of schedule cancels out the bad team that has a horrible strength of schedule.
And please beat the team that has the good strength of schedule.
That helps. That definitely helps. All right. Hey, what's up, Mr. Nash? Your time starts now.
Hey, Scott. First of all, I like that purple hat in the back of you, man.
No problem.
But anyway, Scott, I just want your Alcorn schedule for the upcoming football season. Out of conference schedule, they will be playing Stephen F. Austin. We'll be playing at Alcorn that Labor Day weekend. And we'll be playing Tulane and McNeese State. I think that's a good out of conference. I think that's a good out of conference schedule for us.
I definitely do. I think the Tulane is definitely going to be a tough one, but I think Stephen F. Austin and I think McNeese State, y'all can definitely give a run for their money. McNeese State definitely, but Stephen F. Austin and Tulane are definitely going to be some tough games. But I like that out of conference schedule. I really do.
Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that, and also, Scott, I think the SWAC is going to be much better now with the transfer portal because I saw today Alabama had about 12, 14 players that are going to be that they name it to the transfer portal. So I think the SWAC is going to be much, much better.
Absolutely. Anything else, Mr. Nash?
And I just wanted to get the Cowboys real quick. I know that's your team, Scotty. You paid Dak $75. You paid Dak $40 million. He didn't deliver. That's what you pay him for to deliver. So you got to start with the head coach and Dak. $40 million, you got to deliver.
Listen, let me hold on. Let me pause this real quick. All right.
I know it's your team, guys. Don't kill the Scotty.
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. No, it's like the price of tea in China, right? So is Dak worth $40 million? No, but he came. Okay, no. Let me get. Hold on. This is my point, right? Charles Barkley and let's say Draymond Green, right? They're pretty much the same players. You know what I'm saying? But Charles Barkley came in the era where he didn't get paid what Draymond Green is getting paid, right? So that's why I say it's called the price of tea in China. Is Dak worth $45 million? Hell no. But it just so happened to be he played his best ball when his contract time came up. You know what I'm saying? And then, in the NFL, you got to have a quarterback position solidified. So you overpaid. When you had a chance to get him for $30 million, you didn't feel comfortable paying him. So now you're paying him $45. So to me, in the NFL, quarterback price does not make them a great quarterback. It's just the price of tea in China. That's the going rate for a starting quarterback these days. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Well, you and Kobe doing a good job, man. I enjoy the show. Keep up the good work. And I told you, man, you call me. I got something for you, but you won't call me.
All right, Mr. Nash, appreciate it, man. I'll be busy. All right, appreciate it. Just hit me up. Just hit me up anytime. I'm good.
Okay, I got you. All right.
He said, you call me, but you won't call me. I'll be busy, bro. Listen, I can't stand when people do that. Like, did I want to pay Dak $45 million? No, I don't. To me, he was never, because he doesn't elevate anybody around him. There's only a few quarterbacks that deserve every penny you pay him. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. I'll pay Josh Allen $40 million. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay who else? Oh man, Lamar is a little iffy for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Lamar's a little iffy for me. I don't know if I'll pay Lamar $45 million. Who else? Tom. I'll pay Tom. Man, listen. I'll pay Tom Brady whatever that Bama asks because he's a winner. Tom Brady's just a winner. So it's just certain quarterbacks you pay $45 million, and other guys you just be like, damn, like that's the price of tea in China. That just is what it is. All right, let me go to the next one. What's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
Listen, you highlighted some preacher today, and I didn't call in because I'm going to say this to you. See, those kind of preachers that you highlighted today, those guys represents chaos and confusion. And to me, to be honest with you, that guy's a criminal, because that's one of the problems that we have in the black community is all of that, what I call chaos and lies and deception that they putting out in our community, and they're getting away with it because they're quote unquote in a pulpit. And I don't want to say too much else about that because it kind of got on my nerves today, but I just want you to know them guys like that guy's a criminal. Now let me get on to the sports here. But anyway, first of all, I wrote a couple things down. This William Harvey up at Hampton, he needs to retire. He needs to retire. He's like Kofi said, he ain't gonna win a game in that darn gone. What is that? The CAA, Colonial Athletic Association. Is that right?
Yeah,
Colonial Athletic Association.
Yeah, Colonial Athletic. Yeah, you're right.
They're not gonna win a game in nothing. And like you said, then he's got to fly all the way up to Maine for what? Okay. All right. Now, you said what would I like to see? I would like to see the SWAC and the MEAC combined under Dr. Charles McClellan. Okay, that lady that you're talking about is the commissioner up there in the MEAC. She worked under Dr. Dennis Thomas. That automatically disqualifies her because I'm quite sure he didn't teach her nothing, because his whole administration was about corruption and ineptness and incompetence. So, like I said, what I'd like to see is a combination, the bringing together of the MEAC and the SWAC. Now, I want to say this to these people, and I'm going to let it go. Y'all can forget Tennessee State doing anything right. I have told y'all over and over, Tennessee State is under something called the Weissman decision. Please go and look it up. They can't be associated with HBCUs. I've told y'all that. I don't know why y'all keep talking about Tennessee State. Tennessee State is irrelevant. They don't matter. And if they had a chance to go, I love Dr. Glover. She, at one time, was the head of the business department at Jackson State. She has a law degree and she has a PhD in business. They don't know what to do. They got a guy that's the athletic director. He graduated from the University of Tennessee. He don't know what to do. What they doing in the OVC now, they trying to combine the OVC, I think, with maybe the Southland Conference. That's what they doing. So y'all can forget Tennessee State. They ain't gonna do right. Now the people that's been used and abused is them people at North Carolina A&T, because Dr. Harvey lobbied them. He lobbied them to come to the Big South, and then he leaves. So he left them holding the bag. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. So y'all have a good night, and I'm enjoying the show.
I appreciate it, Mr. Ford. All right, so before we get into that, right, let me ask you a question about, because I don't agree with Mr. Ford about, crooks and stuff. Like he made a mistake. He's a man. Did you see the thing with Michael Todd?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. What is your opinion about the Michael Todd situation, and then we'll go back into the merger and stuff that he's talking about.
Michael Todd made a terrible decision in judgment. It was just, in a COVID environment, in this day and age with cell phones everywhere, that was just dumb, just to put it mildly. But he's an amazing man of God. He's a good preacher. I don't know him personally to comment on anything else. I don't think that he's a crook. Let me say that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when preachers have the opportunity to present something, they get hyped up in the heat of the moment, and they feel as though their level of being extreme is what's going to take them over the top. And it's just a lack of wisdom. There's just like there was another preacher a couple of years ago that was ministering at the altar and had a young lady up there and said she had a bitch spirit. And I was like, bruh, a bitch spirit? Come on, bruh. Like, you made that up. That ain't even. Like, why would you look? And what makes it so bad, the people in the background was like, oh, yeah, it's a bitch spirit. It's a bitch. I was like, come on, people.
You think, come on, man, you made that up.
Yeah, just but people, I've seen it over and over again, and it's real easy to do when you get hyped up, just like preachers or football coaches in a pep rally. They get hyped up and they say something that, that's just really outlandish, or they say something that they shouldn't have said, or even in the press conference, just get heated up. He got caught up in the moment, made a horrible decision. It was just, it was bad.
Crazy. That's funny. That's crazy. All right, so going into what does a merger do? Why is like you have people who are like, yes, let's get a merger, and then you have people that say,
here's the thing right now. Here's the thing, and the reality is there are even though we're in the same conference, and the SWAC is what I would consider a super conference, there's still going to be tiers to this. Mm-hmm. And I think what a merger does is it gives us a greater reach throughout the country. So you're going to have more people watching SWAC sports because we'll have that same TV revenue thing. Like the MEAC's model for FAMU just did not work. All right. So the biggest game in the MEAC conference was the Florida Classic.
Mm-hmm.
So they had FAMU and Bethune sharing the revenue that they had in the Florida Classic with the other teams in the conference. I'm like, is y'all crazy? Seriously. Like, what kind of sense does that make for FAMU and Bethune? That's their game that they had before they came into the MEAC.
Mm-hmm.
To share that revenue with, never mind, with the likes of people that can't draw 2,000 people. Like, why would you do that?
That's
then
fair.
in addition to that, the whole apparel deal. You had to sign on with whatever the commissioner said was the apparel deal. And it didn't make any sense because it was not in the best interest of the given institution. So Morgan State actually went rogue and got an incredible deal from Adidas that opened up opportunities for their academics as well, athletically, that they got everybody clothed. And I think Adidas had been doing a great thing until LeBron, came in and, did the thing with FAMU, which is just incredible. It still blows my mind to this day because, I was like, man, the Adidas deal that FAMU had was going to be great. So for LeBron to come in and just supersede it was just incredible. And it's amazing, man. I'm excited about that. But my point is a merger puts people under visionary leadership like McClellan, who's proven himself to plan not just for now, but it's about what's next. And you need that kind of leadership that's going to be in the trenches with you for you to do what's going to be in the best interest of your institution. And that's what you get. Just right now, I just, for me, the MEAC had an opportunity to make life easier on the Southern schools. And they could have made an aggressive pitch to other schools that would have made sense for them to be able to stay, but they didn't do that. And they stood pat and took it for granted, and now the conference is split.
All right, let's get to some of these callers. Hey, caller, you live. Timer starts now.
Hey, Scotty, you and Kofi. This is for both of you.
Hey, caller, you live. Timer starts
Yeah,
now.
this is the problem I found. This is Coach Stewart there from Prince George's County there in Maryland. And
turn your background down.
Hey, I think you hold on. I think you have either your phone going on in the background or the TV going on in the background. Turn that down for us, please.
Yeah, I just think I cut it off.
All right, too easy. Go ahead.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, you're perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's a thing at these universities called a faculty senate. And when we were coaching and some more things, and when we'd have games and stuff, you ask the students to go to the game and participate. You'd be lucky to have one faculty member ever come to a game or something like that. So as far as spirit, that didn't help none at all. The other thing is that the faculty was always up against the athletic department fighting for money, saying that they're getting too much money here. Why should all that money go to the sports programs and stuff like that? So that is a big problem. So how do you see how we solve that problem?
Get a president that makes it clear what the goal and the vision for the institution is, and communicate that this is how we gain additional resources. Because guess what? You get more students, we can get more research money, which means there's going to be more money for you as a faculty. So you show them the way that athletics can increase the opportunity for the faculty, as well as just expanding the brand. Again, it makes total sense. When you think of Ohio State University, you do not think of their dynamic business school. You think of their football team and the band. Straight up. When you think of USC and the men of Troy, you think about football. You don't think about their, the great schools that they have. So a president has to be able to communicate that vision. Without a vision, the people perish. And it's the president's job to communicate that and reiterate that and provide incentives and build a culture that makes it conducive for them to build so that everybody is happy. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Your timer started back up. 2 minutes.
All right, then. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Great program.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for the call, Coach. All right.
Start back up 2 minutes.
Hey, what's up, Bridges? You live?
Yo. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
So the score 7-0. OG baby. Odell just scored. A couple of questions for Kofi and y'all too. About the MEAC. Wouldn't you think Tennessee State would be better off like going to the MEAC, because like that would be, I wouldn't think you would want one conference to be lopsided than the other if you're going to have A&T going back and Hampton going back. So that's one question I got. And I'm trying to think. And another question I have for y'all guys is the super conference thing, whatever. I think that would be better off for basketball, because now you have more basketball matchups. Instead of playing everybody twice, you're going to have playing like everybody one time. And like, since you're playing everybody at one time, those games count way more than trying to play everybody twice and probably tying out. And then you got to deal with the point system and how many points you score, how many points you won by, and all this other stuff. And I went to Benedict. I know, Scotty, you heard of Benedict College, because that's where I went to for an undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And like back in my day, we used to pack those games out. No teacher had to tell us to go to a basketball game. Like that's just, these students is different. Like we hear a basketball game, we in it. First of all, it's indoor. You ain't got to worry about no weather, and they're going to play good music. So I don't know why kids acting out now. They don't want to go to no basketball game. I guess they just ain't in sports like we was back in the day. But y'all can answer those two questions for me. I'll be straight.
Hey, appreciate it, Bridges. We'll answer them. Thank you, man. All right. So first thing first, right? Go ahead. Do it.
All right. Tennessee State would be better off in the freaking SWAC. Here's why. Okay. Number one, their major rivals are in the SWAC. Okay. Start with the team that they already played with, Jackson State. That game draws 50,000 plus every single year. Okay. Right now, it's their biggest game that they have on their schedule on a consistent basis. Okay. FAMU and Tennessee State in Atlanta would consistently draw 60,000 plus. Okay, on average, let's say it's another 58,000 well-attended game. Okay, Alabama A&M is very close. It's less than 2 hours, I think, away. Huntsville is less than 2 hours away from Nashville. So that's a natural rival right there. They would definitely get well over 8,000 people for that game. Alabama State, same thing. You know, as it stands now, you know, they're playing in a 70,000 seat stadium. They're not even making 10,000 people. They might as well play in their version of the whole on campus. Doesn't make any sense. You know, and you're in a market that has a ton of black people that love black people stuff. So the SWAC would make total sense. Even UAPB is close enough for them to be a natural rival for Tennessee State University. So if for me it's about revenue and maximizing that brand, it would be much better served with a blue blood HBCU conference as opposed to what they're doing now, because their people don't even care. Their fan base has spoken. It's just dumb.
I felt that. I felt that in my spirit. All right, so This is my thing, right? When Bridges brings up the conferences, listen, bro. No conference ever really cares about what another conference is doing, right? Like you see the SEC, and what I mean by that, like you see the Big 12 going, like most of the Big 12 teams are going to the SEC or whatever, but nobody dictates off of one another. Like that's not how it really works. You know what I'm saying? Like you might see somebody like, oh, I like the way they're doing that. But it's just that you're connected because you're HBCUs, right? So you're like, hey, that's my bro, and that's my bro. So you're naturally connected because we're all HBCUs. But like it's just not in the best. Like I wouldn't see no point of the SWAC merging with the MEAC. For what? For what? Like you ain't doing nothing right over there. Don't bring that mess over here. Like, what are we doing?
Let me clear now. Let me clear. It's not the MEAC schools. It's the MEAC conference leadership, Dennis Thomas, that stood pat and did absolutely nothing. And the presidents allowed it because they were so focused on the academic side that they didn't pay attention or value the athletic side enough to make an intelligent decision or evaluate Dennis Thomas properly. He should have been gone. He should have been got kicked out of the MEAC because he wasn't doing anything that was benefiting the schools. You know, his time had passed, and we do this all the time at HBCUs where a person's season is up and we continue to hold on to what was just for the sake of doing it. No, you're no longer producing. It's time for you to move on to your next place.
Ooh, Ty, you about to get some hate mail, Ty. That ain't on nobody's agenda. You say something like that. She said she wants a super conference and get rid of the thing. Scotty not paying attention to the money. These conferences. Listen, bro. I'm not even gonna go there with you. Hey, caller. You live. Talk to me. Timer starts now.
All right. I got a question.
What's up, Coach?
For Hemingway. My question is, how come Tennessee State never, since I've been knowing about Tennessee State, never had Alabama A&M on their schedule? Because Alabama A&M,
that's not true. They've had Alabama A&M on their schedule before.
They did?
Yeah, several times. They're right up the street. It only made sense. They played several times, and it was a big route. I mean, Tennessee State used to kick them to sleep, but it was a big deal, you know. And you know, just I don't know what Tennessee State is thinking. This is dumb. It's ridiculous.
So if Hampton and Mama leave, well, Mama is leaving, and if they leave the Big South, what do A&T do?
Well, we said earlier that, you know, I just think it would be in A&T's best interest to go back to the MEAC. Straight up. You know, from a financial standpoint. Now, I know they want to compete, you know, nationwide for what's the name of that foolishness? For the NCAA playoffs, for the FCS playoffs. Mm-hmm. But financially, it would only make sense. Now, I would say that HBCUs need to step their game up. They need to schedule more out-of-conference games against PWI institutions, top PWI institutions, and not to schedule them. Beat these schools. Then if you beat them, blam. Now, I know for a fact that, you know, McClellan's plan ultimately is to move up to FBS because there's more revenue to be gained. Okay? There's more revenue to be gained at the FBS level with bowl games, with TV contracts, and just across the board. So the plan is for us to move up. But guess what? There has to be a greater investment from all of our HBCU institutions in the SWAC. And if, you know, the other schools are going to come along to take it to that next level so that we can sustain at that level.
Yeah. And this is my last question, and I'm out. What you think about the candidates for the Southern president job?
Who?
The candidates for the Southern University president's job.
Well, I'm an Ammons guy. I know James Ammons. I know the job that he did at FAMU was actually a really good job. And he's been doing a great bang-up job at Southern University. He turned around North Carolina Central University, and I think he would be perfect at Southern University.
Hey, appreciate the call, Coach Green.
What about Kim?
Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? What's going on, Mr. Hemingway? This is Brent calling from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Talk to me.
My question is, earlier this week, there was news about Chicago State University and the MEAC feeling for each other. Do you think that, that would be a good candidate for the MEAC? Do you think it would be bad for them to find a school so far outside of their current field? Or do you think it's worth the reward to have a team playing in the Chicago market?
Ooh. I wouldn't like it, because if teams are already complaining about travel and paying for travel,
Right.
you're asking a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And then, I don't even know necessarily. It sounds like it's a rumor. So I don't know how factual. I would like to see Chicago State, field the football team first before I say anything. Because right now, I don't even know what their basketball attendance is like. Right now, I think it would be a bad move. And I know that Chicago's just a big HBCU town. But right now, it's a no. I see the dream, I see the vision and stuff, but Chicago people are already into what they're into. Okay, they're into the University of Illinois, they're into the University of Michigan, and the HBCU people that are largely transplants up there, your FAMUs, your Jackson States, your Alabama States, they're going to continue to pay attention to Alabama State, and their basic home schools. They're not going to stop what they're doing to just go to a Chicago State game. So I don't know. Quite frankly, I haven't heard anything facilities-wise for Chicago State and what they're planning to do regarding football. So it just kind of remains to be seen. I see the possibilities there, but it's too vague to just jump out there on a whim, and there's too much to lose just to add somebody for the sake of adding them.
Hey, what was your last question, Mr. Brent?
Concerning what's the name of that school? Tennessee State. I know that they don't play baseball. Do you think it would be an easier transition into the MEAC rather than the SWAC? Because the SWAC, I know people might struggle, but they take baseball pretty seriously. Do you think it'd be an easier transition to go to the MEAC since they don't really have to add more sports?
Why is that, Kofi?
That was that.
Again, if it's about revenue, baseball isn't even a revenue-producing sport, okay? But football is, and they make far more money and be able to maximize their brand far more in the SWAC than they would in the MEAC, straight up.
Okay. That's it, Scotty. Thank you. Love the show.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you so much for the call. Hey, let me ask you this. So if Tennessee State jumps in the SWAC, do they have to add baseball? Because all the other teams, because I know some schools have football in one conference some schools don't have football. And so do they have to add that sport? Because some teams do and some teams don't.
They don't have to add anything. Like FAMU, we did have a men's tennis team. Mm-hmm. But financially they fell and they had to cancel one of the sports. So because men's tennis is not a revenue producing sport, and it doesn't fall under Title IX, then they were able to put that sport to the side. All Tennessee State needs to have a baseball team is, guess what? More revenue. They're not generating the revenue to carry a whole nother sport. A sport you have to give those kids scholarships if you're going to be competitive.
Yeah.
You got to pay multiple coaches.
Facts.
You got to maintain the facilities.
Facts.
You got to give these guys a locker room. You got to buy these kids uniforms. That's not cheap.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, that you have to do. But guess what? They're not generating the kind of revenue in the OVC drawing 7,000 people in a 70,000 seat stadium. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. It's fair. Let me ask you this. Could they, I like what Phil Ross, and I don't know if Phil Ross is throwing this. Could Tennessee State pull one of these where you join a conference, but you're kind of independent? You know what I'm saying? To where like
Tennessee State used to be independent.
Okay.
Back in the day, and they played everybody. MEAC schools, SWAC schools. They were just doing it. And they had the fan base, and it didn't really matter because they were that squad. But once schools and the conferences started doing their thing, guess it became more difficult to schedule teams because the conference teams come first.
Yeah.
So you get in where you fit in as an independent. That would not work for Tennessee State at this time. They have to build their brand back up, and it would be better, much better served, a whole lot easier just by joining the freaking SWAC.
All right, man. We about to close this out, Kofi. You doing your bowling strike zone this Wednesday?
It is the ONG strike zone. O for orange, G for green, strike zone. And it's on Wednesdays at 7:30. No, sorry, that's you. 8 o'clock. You done messed me up.
Yes.
8 o'clock p.m.
I'll be trying to tell y'all need to listen.
Wednesdays at 8.
I'll be doing my interviews on Wednesdays. Y'all need to stop scheduling. Stop scheduling around me, okay? I'm telling you, you don't want to be on prime time with me. It ain't gonna be.
Bro, you on every day. So what day we gonna pick?
I'm just saying.
Give me a break.
Hey, I don't really come on Thursday though. I really don't come on Thursdays and weekends.
The scandal used to come on Thursday, so we had to, and How to Get Away with Murder and all that other stuff, and then Thursday night football. So and then the MEAC was playing. You had Thursday night football games. Just so much going on. Wednesday was a much better evening.
Yeah,
easier deal.
Just don't. I just listen, man. I just don't want y'all to blame. I don't want y'all to blame me for your lack of.
We're not blaming you.
Man,
we good. Our show is geared towards FAMU people.
Yeah,
FAMU sports.
I'm taking
I
that
don't
over.
know why the Jackson State people tend to find their way onto our channel, but it's primarily geared towards the FAMUans.
Yeah,
and what we do there.
Yeah, I'm taking that market over too. So that's why I didn't want to. I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to be that guy against y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Calvin, you the last caller, man. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, there's some type of announcement that you was supposed to make it for Grambling. I think they supposed to get sponsored by Kellogg's and Frosted Flakes and Tony the Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Don't put me in there, bro. Y'all really try to mess up my. Y'all really try to mess up what I got with Hugh. Y'all really.
Great.
Hey, but real talk though. For all HBCUs to get better funding, like the obvious is there. One, you go to the games. Two, they got to increase enrollment across the board at every HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Michaela wants to take the SWAC as a whole Division I, FBS, I think it's possible. I think you have to cut some of the fat. You know what I'm saying? Like Valley, Pine Bluff, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make that adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Unless they increase the enrollment. I'm talking about they got to increase the enrollment like significantly. Valley's like 1,500 people in their school. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that they can sustain Division I.
Facts.
And that's where most of your money comes from is alumni, is of course the state, and also is coming from your students. This enrollment, you know what I'm saying? That's money right there.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I know I'm on.
All right, no problem. Hey, appreciate it, man.
There's so many layers to that. So many different layers because, again, I believe that all of our HBCUs at this time should be looking for ways to get back pay on what the states basically owe them, just like Tennessee State and Maryland and all these other schools.
Yeah.
So, governmentally, it's time for us to raise up candidates that are going to fight for our institutions to get the monies that they deserve. For it to get to the point that it got in Valley speaks to, I want to say, levels of complacency that have actually plagued our institutions and our people for too long. Because we're uninformed and we're not sharing how bad things really are or what the possibilities are, what the options are, and what we need to be doing. And getting your alumni engaged, getting your supporters engaged is key to gathering resource dollars and fighting for those dollars because people want their money. And your Mississippi States, your University of Florida, your Florida State, all those people are going to continue to fight for what they believe. And if we stand pat, we're going to get overrun, but they owe us. So, and it's real easy to prove. All of our alumni need to find a way to get together and sue their respective states and call it a day.
Woo! Said, give me my money. Give me what you owe me.
Give me
what you owe me. All right. Hey, remember, guys, Wednesday. All right. Not the ONG strike zone. All right. I have an interview with Dominique Rogers Kamadi, man. Y'all make sure you tune into that. If
a good one right there with Tennessee State. All this Tennessee State talk.
Yeah, I know, right? You know,
I need to jump in on that one. I got questions.
Yeah.
You think I'm here to play around with y'all? God damn it.
All right, man. So appreciate it. So make sure y'all tune in 7 o'clock. Hey, listen, I just hope we don't flake on me. You know, them superstars, bro. You know, celebrities, bro. You got when you schedule those interviews, you gotta be like, oh God, you still good? We still good? We still good? You know it's Wednesday, right?
Don't jinx it. I really want to I got questions.
Yeah. All right. We'll see. We'll see if Lord willing, we'll make it happen. All right. So guys, listen, make sure you tune in on Wednesday, ONG Strike Zone, and my interview on Wednesday as well. Remember, January 24th is bandwagon signing day. Make sure you stay tuned, locked into that. We're going to have a fun episode. We might combine the Afterglow in the bandwagon show. We might make that happen. All right. And also make sure you join the membership. All right. $4.99, $5.99, $19.99, $10.99, $19.99. And listen, for all my $19.99 members, remember, you have a chance to come on the show, debate me, come on, have a topic. I might even bring you on the Afterglow with Kofi as well, and we could just have a nice little function, all right? So, but that's only for my upper members, all right? My upper members. All right, so listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. Peace.